couple of days ago, I received a call from a nurse. So what happened was there was a child born, and there's another nurse that works with her on the same shift. She said, my sister can't have children, and I want that baby for her. So they tried to set the mother up to fail, obviously, and say that there was some kind of drugs in the mother. Yes, I'm here.
Had you talked to this gentleman before?
Yes, we spoke yesterday, as a matter of fact, last night.
Because he was indicating that CPS was not involved in his case.
Yes, CPS was not involved in his case. However, he was interested in speaking with you about the family's law side of the case.
Okay.
And he wanted to call the radio show.
Okay, very good. You hear any interesting stories this past week regarding CPS and involvement with families?
Yeah, CPS a lot, unfortunately. Actually, a couple of days ago, I received a call from a nurse. So what happened was there was a child born, and there's another nurse that works with her on the same shift. She said, my sister can't have children, and I want that baby for her. So they tried to set the mother up to fail, obviously, and say that there was some kind of drugs in the mother's urine. And she reported her to the supervisor in the hospital. And to get back at her, she contacted CPS against her and her daughter. And it was very unfortunate because CPS took her baby from her under false allegations of abuse and domestic violence.
Has she been
between her and her husband? She hasn't been to court yet. It just happened like a couple of days ago.
Just one child involved, or more than one?
Yes, one child involved. Her daughter is 3.5 years old. And it's actually local in California. I'm not going to say the county because she is thinking about hiring her office to handle the case for her.
I see. Well, I hope that we can help her. That's always tough situations, these situations where people allege that social workers have made false claims, about abuse or domestic violence, that type of thing.
Yes, but the thing about it is, Mr. Davis, is that anybody can call and make allegations of false, just anyone can call, and they just take their word for it. However, in family law court, hearsay doesn't work, but with CPS, hearsay is accepted. That doesn't make sense to me. Without the proper investigations, they just take anybody's word for it.
Well, here's the thing. You bring up a very interesting point about
2 minutes.
Family law and CPS courts. CPS courts, at least in California, have a special exemption. They are allowed to listen to hearsay, or judges are allowed to listen to hearsay brought by the social workers. Now, the parents have a defense to that. They can, subpoena in that hearsay declarant to come to court to be cross-examined. But California has made this special exception. And I think if you want hearsay to be excluded from CPS courts, people are going to have to vote or, have laws passed to change that, because unfortunately that is the law in California. In family law courts, hearsay is not accepted and is generally inadmissible. But, family law court and CPS courts are totally different things. They're night and day, right?
Yes.
People will always call and think that they're, related. And I guess in some ways, in the end, they can be related, but they're two different courthouses, two different courtrooms, different judges, different locations, different laws, that apply. There are family law rules and laws, and there are CPS laws and rules, and they're just different, fortunately or
No,
unfortunately. Yeah.
One minute.
correct. And I recall you had to explain the difference, and I didn't know before that juvenile dependency supersedes any family order from family law courts. Meaning, if they go and take your child, and you have a full custody of your child, that doesn't matter. Once CPS takes over, then juvenile is involved, and that supersedes any family law order.
Correct.
So what I tell people is the following: once there's an investigation going,
I'm sorry for butting in, Georgette, but the engineer is telling me we've got to take another break. This is The Secret, How to Fight CPS and Win. We'll be right back after these messages.